What is going on, YouTube? This is MotoSarge signing in. In today's video, I have some big news to share with you guys. Just leaving Fort Benning Harley Davidson, where I was kind of hashing out some details on some other things to bring to the channel. And man, do I got some news for you guys today. So let's roll that intro and get on with today's video. Alright, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into another video. If you are new to the channel, I bring you along with me as I merge my passions for photography and motorcycles. So if you like anything photography or motorcycle related and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button below. And we're at it, don't forget to ring that bell icon to receive email alerts when I upload some new content. Well guys, I just had my very first interview slash partnership thing on the channel. I'm not too sure what to call it. When I reached out to Harley Davidson here in Columbus, Georgia, I asked, if they've ever thought about having somebody come in and do test rides of their motorcycles and put it on YouTube. And luckily, over the last year or so, I've kind of developed a relationship of some of the staff there at Fort Benning Harley Davidson, as well as, Mr. John Maxwell, who no longer works there. But that was one of the reasons why I thought to reach out to them, because John was a huge part in their marketing, getting their name out, and that is now gone. And for those that know how things operate, when one door closes, that means another one has been opened. So it's just all up to who is going to go out there and try to sneak in that door. And that's definitely what I tried to do. And I've had the ability to meet with them twice, talk about the details of these test ride videos. But I figured I'd do this video for you guys and kind of reach out to you, my subscribers. As far as test ride videos go, I know there's a lot of them out there on YouTube, and there's a lot of great ones out there. But how can I add some sort of additional value to a test ride video? So some things that I've been thinking about doing is, you guys know that I enjoy modding out my Harley Davidson. Just unfortunately, that costs money, and it's gonna be few and far between video wise goes that I'm doing mods to the Dyna, because again, it costs money. And I really like to do motorcycle related content, and test rides is going to allow me to do that, because I could ride several different types of bikes and give you guys my initial impressions of them. Now on test ride videos, I understand you're not going to be able to clock ridiculous amount of miles when you're riding these bikes, because they are new bikes and the dealerships are trying to sell those new bikes. So I get that. But after talking with them, I will be able to get on their bikes and ride them around. Haven't really figured out miles wise, but I know I'll be able to give you guys my perception or my take on each and every Harley Davidson model that is here at Fort Benning Harley Davidson. What I want to do is kind of add what I would do to the bike during that test ride, because every bike, as soon as I see it, I already have a vision in mind of what kind of mods I would do to that thing to make it my own. Now if you're watching a test ride video, you're not trying to watch and see what someone else would do to the bike. You're trying to get a general idea on if that bike is something that you'll be willing to buy yourself, right? So I will be doing some sort of intro with one of the salesmen there to kind of go over the specs, because I don't want to study every bike. I love motorcycles, I just don't love learning about motorcycles, if that makes sense, guys. I mean, I really enjoy learning how to mod out a bike or how to add horsepower or something like that, but when it comes to specs, I'm not much of a specs guy. So I know if I try to memorize the specs of the Harleys that I'll be test riding and then bring that to you, it would seem forced, and I'm definitely not about any forced content. I want my stuff to be authentic and raw, so you guys can really get to know me, and then also get to know a little bit about the bike. So I'll definitely have one of their sales guys talking about the specs real briefly in the videos, because I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't too big in the specs either, because you could go on Harley's website and read it. But to be able to incorporate some of their staff into the videos, I figured we'll do a brief intro, and they could give a rundown on every single bike before I throw a leg over it. And then once we throw the leg over the bike, it's all going to be my impressions of that Harley Davidson. Now I'm really excited because, I mean, off the top of my head, I think there's what, 20 different models. So hopefully I'll get to ride all 20 of those. I do, you know, as far as the intentions of how many test ride videos I'll be doing, I have thought about it, because just like anything else on the channel, I like to have a balance, you know, between photography, motorcycles, gear, mods, like all that kind of stuff. If you guys have watched the channel for a long time, you know I like to sprinkle in things here and there and not really do much. Let's get past this van. That way you guys aren't staring at the back of a white van the entire ride up to Pine Mountain. But getting back to that, you know, that way it's not overkill of the channel. You're not seeing multiple test rides day in and day out, because I like to, you know, share the wealth between all the different things that I'm passionate about. But what I'm really excited about with these test rides is I know I'll be able to do some test ride of the bike, but then also, you know, I've watched the recent video from Blockhead, and he was talking about do what makes you happy, or do what tests you, kind of keeps you from getting complacent. And as far as motovlogging goes, I'm still learning this whole scene. Still going through trials and tribulations with the GoPro setup, with the Insta360. So by no means am I in a position to kind of, you know, add an additional stressor to the mix. If you guys know me, I'm always trying to challenge myself. And after watching that video with Blockhead and what he was talking about, and creating content that really challenges you is what's going to keep you creating content. With the test rides, I'll definitely incorporate some B-roll footage, because that way I could get stronger at my motion and how to do that, how to do edits, how to add music overlays while doing B-roll and slow motion and that kind of thing. So I'm excited for that, because it's going to test my videographer inside of me and see if I'm able to put this together. Now, as far as what I'm going to use when I'm doing the interview, if you guys could see today, I'm using the media mod. And the reason why I decided to use the media mod today on the ride is because I do intend to use the GoPro Hero 8 Black when I'm inside the dealership doing the interview with the salesman and listening to them, you know, run off the specs of the bikes. The reason being is because I do take photos, so I do have a big rig camera, but I have a Nikon camera, and the autofocus on a Nikon when doing video is horrible. Horrible. Like, it constantly is fighting itself. It makes noise, especially if you're interviewing somebody. You'll hear the camera zoom in, zoom out, trying to autofocus. Now, a lot of you out there are like, hey, why don't you just do a manual focus? And because I can, yeah. But when you're getting into a dealership, you're trying to get on a bike, do a test ride. I mean, I don't want to take too much of those guys' time. So I think the Hero 8 is going to be ideal for inside. Now, I do have a shotgun mic coming soon that I'm excited for, because I know the shotgun mic on the media mod is decent enough. I just am fearful that, you know, we're going to be doing some interview or something outside, running over the specs of the bike outside, and I want to have an additional mic source where I could have a deck cat on there to cut down any additional wind noise. So it's just exciting, guys. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys think this is a good idea. I mean, hopefully you do, because I think I'm going to do it anyways. But I mean, mainly because, I mean, at the end of the day, whether the video is a flop or a success, who doesn't want to ride more motorcycles? They keep saying at the dealership, like, we really wish we could, you know, offer you something in return, because I'll be doing something for them, you know, with marketing and showing their dealership and showing off the motorcycles. And I wasn't doing it to get paid. Really, I don't want to get paid for it, because like I said earlier, that just will add confusion on if the video is real or not. So no, I am not getting paid, which is good, because then I would be stuck at what I could say. So not being paid means I could be honest with the bikes that I ride. But what they're doing for me is they're giving me the ability to get out there and ride more motorcycles. You guys know I'm passionate about Harley Davidson. I love Harley Davidson. This is the first Harley Davidson that I have ever owned, a 2016 Dyna Fat Bob. So have I ridden many? No. Because really, up until age 33, I never really thought I would own a Harley, because I was a street bike guy. But the older I got into my 30s, they just started to speak to me. So I mean, I haven't really ridden too many. I've rode this. I have rode an older Sportster back when I took my rider safety course long time ago at the DMV in California to get my license. Rode a Sportster, rode this. I did ride John Maxwell's 114 Heritage. So that is where like this kind of came from. As soon as I got off that bike, I was like, man, I need to ride more Harleys. I'm missing out. And I don't want to get rid of the Dyna. This is my bike. I'm happy with the way this bike has turned out. This one will never go away. So how could I add more content? Test rides. Bam. Light bulb went off, text message was sent, and the next thing you know, I was in there picking up some oil for the Dyna to do an oil change and had an interview. And I was in board shorts and flip-flops looking like a beach bum, talking to the general manager about what I could do to help his dealership out with some YouTube videos. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this partnership, this friendship with them, and creating more content for you guys, because like I said, I mean, 20 different models. I'll be able to do test rides and add, you know, some videos here and there. Maybe even do some gear reviews, because, you know, Harley Davidson has moto clothes. I'm not wearing it today, but the vest that I normally wear is a Harley Davidson vest. I get questions about it all the time. So yes, I do wear Harley Davidson gear. Not too much of it though, because it's kind of expensive. But my vest, I like my vest. So I think that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Again, I mean, if you are interested in test ride videos, let me know in the comments what you would like me to talk about when doing the test ride, right? Because like I said, there's several of them out there. I know specs, you could read it, but if you like me to go over that, let me know. If you like the idea of, while I'm riding it, giving you my take on the bike, but then also kind of giving you my thought process of what I would do to that bike, let me know too, because I think that's the route I'm gonna go, because that just more speaks to me. Because as soon as I see a Harley, I see a canvas that I want to be an artist and just create a masterpiece of, whether it's a Dyna, a Softail, a Bagger, a Sportster, a Tri-Glide. I mean, I could just envision what I want to do to it right off the bat. I think that would be kind of fun, so let me know. But if you liked today's video, go ahead and click that like icon. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button up here. And if you'd rather stick around and watch a few more of my videos, I'll throw up a video here and here. Like always, guys, I really appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in to another video, and this is MotoSarge signing out.